What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. Welcome back to another video. In this one, I want to talk about Terra Luna Classic because we're in a unique situation right now. And why is it unique? Because we just saw one of the largest, if not the largest, actually, not if not, it is the largest burn that we've seen in Terra Luna Classic history. This is amazing, right? Absolutely unprecedented, but what does that mean for Terra Luna Classic? And honestly, why are we not seeing it pump like crazy? We saw a larger pump from a Binance burn that was like 6 billion or a little bit less. I think it might have been like 3 billion, and then the next month was like 6 billion or something because of those burns and the volume and everything that happened there. But we're not really seeing that level of an increase, even though we knew, and some people knew, well, actually a lot of people knew that this was coming. So, with that being said, let's talk through this burn, how large it was, as well as the reaction that we see within the Terra Luna Classic community, and also what this means for Terra Luna Classic going forward, right? Are we going to see more burns just like this one? Guys, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. And if you want to check out my link for BTCC, feel free to do so. This is a exchange that I'm partnering with. As you can see on the screen, you can get a 10% deposit bonus all the way, above 500 USDT. You can get extra bonuses over $10,000 per user, 40% lower trading fees as well, and you could do all the way up to a 500x leverage. And if you're interested in trading Terra Luna Classic, you can trade Terra Luna Classic over here, right? I'm trading Terra Luna Classic at a 3x leverage. You could do it at a 50x leverage if you wanted to. I did it at a 3x leverage because, I'm not I didn't want to just throw a bunch in there, especially after we saw a little bit of an increase recently. So it didn't make sense for me to do that. But I also like doing 3x leverages just because it gives me a little bit of room to be wrong. So feel free to check out the link for BTCC down below if you guys are interested. I also have a link for Margex if you're interested in that platform as well. But let's talk about Shiba Inu because, or sorry, not Shiba Inu. I'm all over the place. Terra Luna Classic, because if we look at Terra Luna Classic where it is now, it's at a 6.66% increase over the day. Now, this is coming after this large burn that we've seen, and it's not just a large burn, it is a massive burn. But the price is at 0.0000919, and it's at a $500 million market cap. The volume is up by 72%, which is always great, but you're also not really looking at like crazy positive volume within there. Yes, it is more positive than it is negative. That's how you see a positive gain, but it's not crazy, right? It's not, you're not seeing hundreds of millions or billions of dollars like we've seen, last December. I think that was the last time we saw that level of volume. But you're looking at the volume to market cap ratio, it's about 6% right now. And if you also look at the circulating supply and total supply, circulating supply shows 5.46 trillion coins, which again is amazing, meaning that when it gets to a level of 1 cent, it will be $54 billion instead of a $58 billion mark. It now needs to get to $54 billion, which is, 4 billion less, right? Um, anyways, I think it was like 5.7 or 5 point, whatever it is. It was higher and now it's lower. But if we look at the history, right, I want to look at that. You can see that in the last year, we saw this pick up to 0.00027. And I hope that, we can easily get there again this December, but it did start to fall down. And now this is where you see more of those burns that are happening. Now, when it comes to the burn, let's go over to lunicmetrics.com where they have the burn. It now shows the total amount that has been burned, 388 billion coins that have been burned off since May of 2022. Lunic burns on chain is 60 billion, and then off chain would be 328 billion. Scroll down here, you're going to see the burn rate, the 7-day burn rate. You're going to see 252 billion coins that have been burned off in the last 7 days. Majority of that was from the larger burn that we did see. So if we scroll down here, we're going to see a 249 billion coin burn. If I rounded it up to 250, it's because it just sounds better. But 250 billion coins, literally just smashing what the total was, and just adding to it all together. Now this is great. The level of burns means that we are getting closer and closer to recovery. Right? We're getting closer and closer to the level to where Terra Luna Classic can get to $1 or $2 or $3 or $5. USTC can do, what it does. The algorithm can be back in place. That's what we're getting closer to. But it all depends if we can continue to see burns like this. Again, the burn tracker, if you go over to Twitter as well, you're going to see the breakdown of these burns. And some people are obviously talking about how we should be pumping a lot more, and that's true. We should be seeing 20, 30, 40, 50, however many percent, because if we go back here and we look at the overall market, it's up by 9%. Bitcoin itself is up to 75,390 or $75,400 or so. Ethereum above the 2,600 to almost 2,700, and others that are making huge moves as well. But Terra Luna Classic is not making as big of a move. It still is up quite a bit, still up about 7%, but it could be up 20, 30, 40%, especially with the, obviously election results done and over with, and understanding maybe where we're going with crypto a little bit, and then also seeing that 250 billion coin burn is massive. Now, what does this mean for Terra Luna Classic? Does this mean that we're going to see a lot more burns like this? And no, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to see a lot more burns just like this. It means that we have the ability to burn, but this came, from the shuttle bridge interface that has been permanently closed. So this wasn't somebody that was just like buying Terra Luna Classic or had some sort of process before that. It's a process that was already in place, and you're going to see the burns. You were going to see that burn off. They could have done anything with it, honestly. But as a part of the process, all remaining tokens in the shuttle bridge wallets have been burned to complete the shutdown. Thank you for your attention and support during this transition. Again, this is not a out of the blue type of thing. Yes, it's something that doesn't happen often, mainly at all, but you want something that's going to be more consistent, right? You want somebody that says, oh, well, this is the process. We're going to burn this much every single month or this much every single year. This is a process to where it didn't duplicate itself the year before that or the year before that, right? It's not doing that, and it's not going to do it the year after that, right? You're going to have a standard process to burn Terra Luna Classic. While it is great for Terra Luna Classic and the Classic chain, it's not necessarily great for the ultimate mission, which is like, hey, we're trying to repeg USTC, re-enable the algorithm. There's no formal process in place to say this is where this is going. That's why we're not seeing a movement. We would see movement if it was like this burned because of this process. And guess what? Next month, we're going to repeat that process. So that's why the Binance burns can have a lot more of an impact, but these burns, or this large, massive, huge burn, can't really have that much of an impact because it's not a standard process. People don't look at it and go, oh, well, you know what? That's going to happen again and again and again, and eventually we'll get to a point where everything's repegged. It's like you going to a store and they have a certain product and you buy that product, but that product is not in stores all the time, right? That may be the only time that it's in stores. Are you going to go back to that store to get anything else? Maybe not, because you only came there for that specific product, right? If I had to bring something to mind, I have trading cards or sports cards, WNBA cards, and I got those from Walmart. I haven't been to Walmart in such a long time, but I'm not going back to Walmart for anything else because it's kind of out of the way for me. So I wouldn't go back to Walmart for anything else because that's all I wanted at that place. So now they can't really get my revenue. Does that make sense? So It's not necessarily the greatest thing in the world. Don't get me wrong, it is fantastic that we burn 250 billion, but it's not a standard process to add to what the ultimate mission is. You know what I mean? So guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying. Comment down below if you understand. Make sure you check out the link for BTCC down below. They are partnering with the channel, and you can trade up to 50x leverage on Terra Luna Classic and as little as a 2x leverage on Terra Luna Classic. So if you want to be a little bit safer, you can. It's a great platform, honestly. And they use TradingView for the charting, which is always great. But hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.